Hmm. La música. Mierda, que me asustó.
In a time long since past, in an age of darkness, when the earth was overrun with demons and humans were powerless under their rule, humanity's hope lived in a demon named Sparda. With a spirit unlike any other, and wielding the sword that bore his own name, Sparda eradicated the demons. And now, the legend of Sparda has been inherited by his son, the demon slayer, Dante.
called?
Till next time, son of Sparta.
The fuck? Está un poquito pela la pistola, ¿eh? Un poquito me refiero demasiado. Esta no ve la pistola. Nerf pistols, please. ¿Cómo va a ser malo si puede rodar como en el Dark Souls? El movimiento favorito de todo niño, 31 minutos. sabéis que no sé por qué me ha dado la impresión de que va a pasar lo típico en los animes, en los juegos, que me van a quitar los poderes porque estoy demasiado OP. Como en el God of War 2. ¿Por dónde será? Este es como todo contrario al uno. Y seguro que me van a quitar los poderes porque estoy muy OP. Estaba con las chimeneas nomás. Ah, que lo cagué. La minita.
Where's Mathieu? Mathieu? Mathieu?
Good grief. They really made a big mess, didn't they? It sure took him a while to find this place. Oh, you have arrived, son of Sparta.
You knew him?
Oh, yes. We are the guardians of this land, Vidumali. Our clan once fought against the demons with Sparta, son of Sparta. We must ask this favor of you. You see, there's a man who's transformed our land into a demon's paradise. His name is Arius. And although he is the president of an international public corporation, he uses the demon power. Please, deal with Arius and his master for us.
Looks like it's your lucky day.
Wonderful! I am very pleased. It leads to a harbor. If you are successful, I will tell you a story about your father, son of Sparta.
Y ese no hace nada. Tan fácil o que no tiene dificultad el juego. ¿Cómo va? Eso es una esvástica. ¿Qué está pasando aquí? Ese era uno de los peores puzzles que he jugado en mi vida. Son 2 discos, así que debe ser más largo. ¿Por qué el mono no me pega? No entiendo cuál es el problema de este juego. ¿Qué decía? Esta estatua. Puta, me devolví sin querer. ¿Y esto qué? Ahora entiendo. Y si era una reliquia, ¿por qué está en un museo tan ordinario que cualquiera se lo podía robar? Podí volar en Devil Trigger. ¿Cómo? Órale, ex. Las pistolas tan terrible OP. Estoy seguro que van a quitar el poder en cualquier momento. Que ahora hago más daño, ¿no? Me siento como si estuviera jugando Devil May Cry, pero en... O sea, Devil May Cry. Ninja Gaiden, pero en ultra fácil. El medio oscuro, loco. ¿Por dónde? ¿Por acá? No. Ah, ya, ya, ya. qué sirve subir ahí? qué no puedo saltar por encima nomás? Puta, el juego para fome, no ha pasado nada, así que... Otra vez. Oh. Au. No puedo devolver. No, ahora soy Dante morado. Ay, me voy a morir por primera vez. Claro, no puedo salir. Pero... ¿Por qué no sé el poder para volar, para pasar por ahí? Sí. Ya me va a volar. Yo estaba cachando ahora, antes de que me pusiera a jugar esto, el remake de un juego que sacaron que se llama Gothic. Es como uno de esos RPG antiguos. No hay nada más que eso. Y el juego es como un Witcher, pero en este es como más RPG todavía. Empezáis en la real mierda, así y es terrible difícil. Y después ahí te vais haciendo OP a medida que vais jugándolo. Asumir que no hay nada más. Oh, que fome el juego, loco, me cagó. Otro más. ¿Qué mierda diseñó este edificio? Oh, me aburrí. Mejor voy a ver un speedrun del uno.
You can't say Angry Birds isn't a real game. That would be gamist. You're a mobile gamophobe? Yeah, I am. Mobile games aren't real video games. I stand by what I said. I'm never playing Peak of Darkness, bro. It's just not happening. I won't do it. Maybe, but I don't think that there won't be a significant time loss on any of the other spots where it would be a problem. Like worst case scenario, I just interact with an object twice and I lose like a second, you know? That one though is really bad because it messes with the timing of the double hit, and so I wasn't able to kill him with the double hit. Because you have to use the holy water at the right time, and he moves slightly between door interactions. People who play Candy Crush are gamers too. I hate the label of gamer. Honestly, it means nothing, man. Video games are such a diverse.
¿Alguna vez jugaste
Imagine people are
un
like, yeah, I'm a reader.
Kingdom Hearts?
I read books. But then you have like genres of people that are readers that are all somehow associated with each other. When one person's like, I literally read the encyclopedia for fun, and another person is like, I read smut novels. It's like, I don't think those people are the same.
Yo
Also, there are
jugué
very
el
few
2, pero
people
no
that just
entendía
like
nada.
all types of video
Obviamente.
games equally. They're just like, I just enjoy the medium of video games. B's one of them, but they're rare. Usually people have a pretty strong preference for one or two different types of games. I hate myself, so I play Genshin. That's fair. The nice thing about mobile games like Genshin is that not only do you get to fulfill the girlfriend role with a waifu, but you also get to simulate having a girlfriend by spending all of your money on your waifu.
Look at you, making a big dramatic.
Yo, Chris, thanks for the raid, dude. How'd the Super Dante run go? It was shit. I'm sure you still improved record though. I have no idea what a good time is for Super Dante. Or even regular Dante at this point. Yeah, what's up, Minosidian? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you hanging out. Wait, that's like a 45? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I want to run Super Dante, it looks fun. I wish you could do LDK and Super Dante at the same time. Why are we not using DT on mission 1, Super Dante? Why are you trolling? I switched to JP text and it killed my run on mission 12. I knew it would. But now it shouldn't kill any more runs. That should just save time. I accidentally overscrolled the text on the death side, and then I missed a double hit because of it. And that's a GG. What's up, Rain? How you doing, dude? Good to see ya. Yo, Seamot!
Come on, 133 big weaves for 12 months.
Look at that, 12 years, bro.
Stream. How you been? YouTube vid been going hard.
Thank you, man. I'm glad you're on YouTube. Thank you for the Prime. Thank you for the Prime forgetters. Who forgot to get the Prime? Get a man in there do that every month, you know. A whole year, dude. Thank you. That's a long time. Yeah, we said it saved like 3 to 4 seconds, right? So I was like, you know, I still have record if I used AP before, so I should probably just do it now.
What?
And then
¿Cómo le
it can be
pegaron?
randomly gonna die like even better. Nice, really good run. Chris, in your DMD run, do you just not get kick 13 at all? Your kick 13's #1 hater. I think it's sad because I like kick 13. It's a cool move. This cat mission sucks, true. But this specific cat mission doesn't suck. This is actually really good. And it's on gold base probably. Not this particular one, but in general, yeah. I agree. Top 4% of all stupid cat splits. See? That one in particular did not suck.
¿Qué pasó ahí? Supongo que como es la versión japonesa tiene bug.
Insane. Green numbers. Hey, Mela. You left work early to be here? No way. Don't do that, you goof. Green machine. Green machine. Go sub 8. Hog.
O sea, me ha interesado jugar Kingdom Hearts, pero es una saga tan larga que da paja, yo creo.
This is real, Ursula. Oh, I thought I was gonna Vital Star this full. I was like, oh no, not the Vital Star. We're trying to unlock easy mode. 69 orbs. Nice, the weed number. I heckin' love weed, bro. Never punished. Good recovery. Build! How did I get my DT back? I won't ask questions.
Viste el Gothic.
Welcome to part 1 of the Gothic 1 remake playthrough. The developers sponsored me with full access to the game so I could get this video out early to you guys. But before we jump in, I should warn.
Como que al principio te van a mandar a las minas, ¿no? Porque no sé qué hiciste y después te dicen, por lo que vi, que entregué una cuestión y te dan la libertad y tenés que hacer misiones y es terrible difícil por lo que sé. Se ve interesante.
Hello there, my RPG lovers, and welcome to another video. Gothic Remake is finally out, and I got the chance to play the game a little bit earlier.
Good for you.
I'm still early in the game, at around 15 hours mark, so this is going to be my early review, early impressions, or however you wanna call it. I'm also going to have a big review when I complete one playthrough at least. In my 15 hours with the game so far, I managed to do quite a bit actually, and get a great feel of the gameplay. I played the game on the hard difficulty, so my entire perspective of the game so far is based entirely on that. And just so you know, you won't be able to change the difficulty in the middle of your playthrough. Once you select
Que
it in the
salió el otro
beginning,
día
that's
nomás,
it.
pues.
So I did a lot of beginner quests in the old and the new camp, explored a decent chunk of the map, did a ton of fighting and tested new mechanics. I tried fighting as many different NPCs as I could, and even beat up Lefty and the Rice Lord.
Fantastic way to make some friends around here.
But let's start from the beginning. The story in the remake has a couple of extra elements that should make it more interesting, even though it's the same story for the most part. For example, every time you load the game now, you will get to see what happened in the story so far and your general progress. I think it's a very nice touch. The new intro cutscene is cool, but the way it's edited is kind of weird. That could have been much better. I was getting some Arcania vibes from it, which is not good. Putting that aside, the beginning of the game was pretty much exactly what I expected. I started messing around with the controls and tried to get a good feel of the gameplay, and I also spent a lot of time exploring and doing everything in the quote-unquote tutorial zone before moving on. I think I spent almost a full hour in this zone before I finally decided to move on. First of all, the controls are way more responsive, especially compared to that Naira's demo we got to play back in the day. I have no idea how the game felt to play in that recent demo, maybe it was the same like in this version. But this was the first time I was experiencing the updated controls, so it was a massive difference for me. I played with my Xbox controller by the way, but I will test out mouse and keyboard in the full review. Controls for movement, jumping around and grabbing ledges is also seamless, running is not too fast to ruin the exploration, but just enough to give you a small boost and so on. The swinging is still a bit janky, but I know this can be improved as well when you learn the skill for it. Moving around, interacting with things and picking things up is pretty smooth in general. To put it simply, I highly doubt that a lot of people will have issues with the fundamental controls. The combat, however, is everything but smooth in the beginning. That's entirely by design though, in order to put the accent on the character progression. Does that mean it feels bad to play? Well, yeah, but that's kind of a point of the game, which won't be everyone's cup of tea. If you easily get frustrated, it's certainly not a game for you. And if you expect a great combat from the very beginning, also probably not a game for you.
Nothing wrong with that.
I would even argue that the combat in the remake in the beginning feels even more punishing and harder to get used to than in the original game. The original game was janky as all hell, but the gameplay was not slow by any means. The default gameplay of Gothic Remake is much slower, and that might be the biggest issue for even
Había un juego que yo empecé a jugar que se llamaba LX, parece que... Y ese juego también, de hecho yo lo dejé de jugar porque era muy difícil.
Home to a civilization of millions. Until the comet hit.
No, es un juego que podís llegar y pelearte con cualquiera así, aunque seas bueno porque tenéis estadísticas de la perra, ¿no? Te hacen cagar. Lo bacán de este juego es que tenía como jetpack y toda la bola así. Y es como medio futurista y bola. Me acuerdo que salían como unos monos al principio y traté de piteármelo y te pegaban caleta. Y después lo dejé de jugar porque no tenía... Como que no sé, es muy difícil, ¿cachai? Tenés que grindear demasiado. Es satisfactorio, sí, pero... demasiado grind para mi gusto. Igual me gustaría retomarlo algún día. Es uno de esos juegos que veía un enemigo y tenéis que como que correr más que otra cosa al principio. Como básicamente jugar un MMO, pero... pero single player. Y por lo que tengo entendido, igual las decisiones que tomáis tienen impacto, ¿cachai? Se supone que este loco era como un soldado y había como una guerra y como que tu bando te traiciona y te deja por muerto, ¿no? Así que empezáis básicamente en pelota sin ni un equipamiento. El Gothic es como esa misma cuestión, pero en otro setup así como más fantasía medieval. Este es como más, no sé cómo decirlo, futurista. Pero si no mal recuerdo, igual era como que tenía magia o no, una cuestión así, pero era como con tecnología y ¿verdad?
Some fans of the series. However, the remake is way more skill-based compared to the original, which changes the gameplay quite a bit. However, the remake is way more skill-based compared to the original, which changes the gameplay quite a bit, and this kinda balances things out between the remake and the original. So even though the melee combat with untrained weapon skill is very slow, sluggish and janky, you can still manage to win most fights if you utilize the mechanics properly. The system works as intended, is what I'm trying to say, it's just very sluggish in the beginning. The responsiveness is good, but the animations are very slow, you can get stun locked easily or simply killed very fast by most things in a couple of hits. Playing the game like this without learning any weapon skills is doable, but just not worth it, and you should train your character the first chance you get. Learning that first one-handed weapon skill might even change your opinion about the whole game. So if you bought the remake and you don't like the combat, try to get this skill at least before you think of quitting or something. This is pretty much common knowledge to old Gothic fans, but there will be a lot of new people playing a Gothic game for the very first time. So the most important question here is how better it gets after you start progressing through the game and learning these new skills. Is it worth suffering in the beginning and getting killed over and over again? Well, let me just say that I spent a lot of hours fighting enemies without learning any skills. I wanted to get a good feeling of the combat like this and see if the progression system will make it a lot better. I also wanted to test out if you can actually kill most things with the beginner skill level and just push it to the limits, which I did, and you most definitely can, but it's certainly not worth it, especially on the hard difficulty. Pretty much all NPCs I fought so far have different ways of fighting. I mean, it's usually just a few different hits, which are unique to their type, but it's just enough to force you to fight a bit differently. Most human NPCs fight in a similar way, especially weaker and medium challenging enemies. And fighting humans is way different compared to fighting animals and beasts. It's mostly about good positioning, especially with the untrained skill level. I had a hard time learning this, but it made fights way easier when I finally did. The game still feels brutal, and you will be scared to fight most things, even when you gain a few levels and new skills. But that's a good thing, and I'm glad hard difficulty is actually hard. By the way, I will have my combat guide video soon after I upload this one, so make sure to check that one out as well. It should be really helpful. I think they absolutely nailed the beginning hours of Gothic in terms of feeling weak and almost desperate actually. In fact, I think it's even more brutal compared to the original game, which I honestly didn't expect, not even on the highest difficulty. Now, obviously, even though this is a remake, it's not exactly the same game, so you have to learn how it works. No matter if you're an old Gothic fan who knows everything about Gothic 1 or a new player. It's not just a fresh coat of paint on top of the original or a remaster with new graphics, it's a full-blown remake. It's going to feel very new to everyone, despite the fact that OG fans will know what to expect from the game. It's a huge advantage, obviously, but you're not going to blast through the game just because of that advantage. Even though the remake follows the same rules as the original very faithfully, it plays differently. So it's not going to play like a 25 plus years old game, and if that's the experience you're looking for, you're obviously going to be disappointed. Once again, I'm playing on hard, and maybe other difficulties are way different. But on this difficulty, the game really doesn't mess around. I was worried they will try to make the game easier in general in order to appeal to a wider audience, but that's definitely not the case here. I'm also surprised that the game only allows you to choose the difficulty in the beginning of the game. Come to think of it, I like that design decision, but I can easily see how some people will hate it. That being said, the remake has very similar mechanics to the original game and the same design philosophy, which was to be expected.
No me imagino el juego original, loco. A ver. Gothic Gameplay. Era como el diablo. Ah, no, es así, 3D de ese 3D. Este es el original, po.
But it also has new mechanics and gameplay features which affect the overall gameplay experience quite a bit. Whether you like this or not will depend on a couple of different things, like the general look of the game, animations, and more importantly, how it feels to play, which I already discussed quite a bit. To go back to it, the combat encounters become much more manageable after increasing your skills. It becomes faster, all actions are more responsive, the combo is better, you get a critical chance and a parry mechanic. All of that from running a single weapon leveling up skill. The block mechanic is much more useful now, and unlike in the original, you can actively hold the block button. It's a game changer in the remake. It's very useful in all fights. I did not expect that you will unlock so many different things by simply improving a single weapon skill, and this seems to be the case with other playstyles as well, like for the bow. For some reason I thought you have to unlock everything you see on the screen here individually, but no. You get all of this at once when you learn it for the first time. Improving the one-handed skill drastically changes the combat. It's almost like you're playing a different game. Getting the parry mechanic is a game changer as well.
Tiene parry, juegazo.
Like I said before, all enemies have different
Lo malo es que esta mierda no va a correr ni aunque quiera.
attacks, which means that the parry window is a little bit different for everyone. I was afraid the parry is going to be very exploitable, but so far it doesn't seem to be the case. It's very useful when you pull it off, because enemies get stunned, which gives you some free hits. I'm really liking the new skill-based moves and learning how different enemies fight. There is a steep learning curve for sure, but now I'm starting to really enjoy being able to kill most of these enemies that give me a lot of trouble before. And if that's not a strong Gothic-like feeling, I don't know what it is. If you're an old Gothic 1 fan, I would even suggest trying to play on hard. Everyone else should stick with Gothic difficulty or even novice, to be honest. I have no idea how those work, but I have to say that I changed my opinion about the difficulties in this game. I had some critiques and concerns about this in my previous video about the remake, but
RPG realista, entre
although I
comillas.
still believe that most similar games should only have one universal difficulty, but in this case, it seems like it was a good
O
decision.
sea, cuando te ganan, tú quedas tirado en el suelo y los locos te lootean
Hold
mientras estás tirado en el
As I
suelo.
always say in my videos, I have to try things out for myself before I can properly judge something. That being said, the biggest challenge I had in fights so far is simply trying to isolate a single enemy from a group. Fighting a single enemy in the early game is challenging enough, but multiple enemies at once are almost impossible. This makes the game 1,000 times harder, which makes sense, and it's like a little minigame when you're trying to isolate enemies. It almost turns the combat into a little puzzle that you have to solve. The range gameplay with the bow is going to be your best friend in the beginning, especially if you want to avoid some of these issues with the beginner melee combat. Most enemies are quick to close the gap between you and them, so you will be forced to use melee weapons regardless. I tried testing out the combat AI for NPCs quite a bit, and apart from some problems I saw like a disappearing wolf, the combat AI works pretty good. For example, check out how this wolf is quick to catch me, even though he has to jump on a different platform. This gives me hope for the AI system in general, and from everything I could see so far about the combat AI, it looks pretty good. You can still try to cheese some of these fights by using the terrain to your advantage. I could just spam my arrows from up here and probably kill the lurker, but it's very slow and it quickly gets boring. Situations like this won't be extremely common though, simply because the terrain is not the same everywhere. You won't always find these cliffs and rocks that you can abuse with range gameplay. And if the situation is not as extreme as this one, most of the time the enemy AI will catch up to you, like I said before. It also depends on the enemy type, which is pretty cool.
No, lo
However,
guancho, tío.
there are some issues with the AI, especially in camps. They can just be very slow to react to your actions. It's not like they don't work properly, it's just very slow. Not all of the time, but it happens quite a bit. Alchemia seems to be fully aware of this issue, and they'll probably work on it. I also had some performance issues in the new camp when a lot of NPCs were trying to react to my actions. Actions of me being a douchebag, of course. I also had a few hard crashes which would freeze up my whole PC, but Alchemia also provided a list of known issues with the review build, so I assume they're going to work on those problems in future patches. Or maybe even a day 1 patch, I have no idea. The performance of the game was pretty good on my PC, apart from those issues I mentioned. I'm playing the game on 1440p with a mix of high and medium settings, with DLSS unbalanced I believe, and as you can see from the majority of clips, the performance is fine for me, for the most part. The game has pretty good voice actors, which makes the story of Gothic seem more serious this time around.
There's a guy in the swamp camp who goes by the name Kalam. He's a core. I mean, one of the top dogs. He's also an alchemist.
English voice acting was pretty bad in the original, but over the years it became interesting just because of that. Nevertheless, the characters have great voice actors now. More importantly, their personalities are easily recognizable, and I'm really enjoying the dialogue so far. A lot of quests I did are basically identical
Como
to
si
the
el
original
Witcher
game,
2 fuera
which
más
is a good thing.
realista.
While some other quests are tweaked a little bit, and there are some new quests to be found. What makes the same
Igual,
content
como te
different
digo,
in the
me
remake is
llama la
that, again,
atención,
it's pretty similar
pero
to the original, but you will find new areas and things to see. For example, I think the environmental storytelling in the remake is very good so far.
no creo que me
Overall,
corra
the
este
story
juego.
quests feel like good or Gothic, which is a good sign. We'll talk about this a lot more in the complete review.
You don't say.
I was really curious about the graphics in this remake. They always looked passable to me, but I was never that impressed with the visuals. Well, after playing it, I have to say that the game looks very good in general. The new weather effects, the day-night cycle, and just the atmosphere in general is top-notch. The weather can change some scenes drastically in the best way possible. It's almost like you're exploring a different map. A lot of indoor areas can be pretty dark and annoying without a light source. That's not an issue for me because that's what I usually prefer, but I don't like how torches work in this game. That's because your character is always in a battle-ready position when carrying a torch, for some reason. I can't find a way to carry the torch normally. It's like you're holding a weapon. So I accidentally smacked a lot of NPCs in the head and got in trouble for it. It's really annoying. But yeah, man, it creates an amazing gloomy atmosphere, and it was very enjoyable to explore the world so far. And I'm guessing it will only get better.
Que se la tenía que poner en la otra mano.
Impressions of the game.
Good for you.
I will have a complete review soon-ish, and more videos about the remake, and also stream the game, so stick around for that. Anyway, tell me your opinion about the remake in the comments below, and do you plan to get it or not? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content like this. And if you want to go a step further, consider supporting your boy by becoming a YouTube channel member.
Ya, yo creo que me retiro. ¿Aún no terminaron? Quizá mañana juegue el Devil May Cry 3. Estoy seguro, pero ahí veo. Adiós, sí.